Mm.
many, many times. What do you see usually? You see either dead children, you see starving children, you see all the horrors in the world,
Mm.
and then in their website, the pro-Palestine movement says donate for us, we'll give it to the Palestinians. But in reality, not a single dollar, not a single penny goes to them. It
Mm.
goes to the terrorist movement. It
That
goes
sucks.
to the Islamic Jihad.
So they have to cut that all off, I guess, eventually. It will take some time, though. Take a long time, I guess.
It will take some times, but in America and
Mm.
other places, it will take much shorter
Mm.
because in Western Europe, I think that we will get to that.
Mm.
The Muslim population is
Mm.
increasing drastically. So they are basically the, how can I say, the owners of
Mm.
France and parts of Germany, Holland, Belgium, and Britain is an absolute catastrophe.
Yeah, what happened there? It's all screwed up now. When I went to England and Europe long time ago, it was okay. Back in, I think, I went around, I think back in 20 like 14. No, 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 like 2010. 2010 at the time or 20, 2009 or something. 2008, long time ago when I was in high school. I went when I was 15. So I was 15, so there was about 20 years ago, Europe was fine. But then now, after recently, it's all become all screwed up now in Europe. It's all about pro-Palestine and, death on America and all that kind of crazy things. And even in Korea, too. There's always a protest in Seoul. There's all about today as well. Pro-Palestine flag is in all the leftists, you know, their party or whatever they're doing. They're a protest. They always have the Palestinian flag and they say free Palestine, but I'm like, I don't understand why they're there. I don't understand the
Um,
Koreans
I
and the
say
white. Yeah. Go ahead.
let's begin with Korea first. I think that in South Korea, like the pro-Palestine
Mm,
isn't as large as let's say the pro-Israeli movements. I've seen both of them
mm,
because the pro-Palestine movement in Korea is basically most of the time I've seen them immigrants or let's say those who work for the student unions and such.
yeah.
Those who work for the unions, that's the main problem. And usually it's a few dozens or at best a few or best 100. That's the
Mm,
best. The pro-Israel movements on the other side, I've seen them many times, and to be honest, it gave me some sort of hope. Um, are estimated between hundreds and sometimes even thousands. And
mm,
most of them are Christians, young people, those who already visited Israel or planning to visit. And also, that's one of the main advantages that South Korea has in pro-Israeli activity. When you look at Europe, it is mostly done because of two things. One is that a massive Muslim immigration is already happening. They bring in families, they bring in not just the working class, let's say just young men. They bring also many families, they bring children. Like, let's say the average in Europe, I think that is one child per family in the European families. In the immigrant families, it sometimes can reach to six or seven. Now they became an electoral power within Western Europe. And I think that's the first problem. The
mm.
second
Oh,
problem,
it's accepting. Okay. Someone else is in. Yeah. Can you come on
all right,
in? Yeah, there you go. Can you can come on in.
I know him. Very well supportive. I
Yeah.
know him. But
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I think the second problem is that, let's say, unlike, let's say, America or a different place, or let's say even, I don't know, or even Russia or Poland,
Mm,
Western Europe has that sort of feeling of guilt towards those they once colonized. Let's remind ourselves: the British, the French, the people of the monarchy of Belgium, Holland. They had colonies everywhere. They had in India, Pakistan, much of Africa, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, many parts of China. So they have this sort of, let's say, guilt, and they feel really sorry for them, and that's one of the main problems. That's one of the problems.
Mm.
But now that I look at now that I talk about it, there are internal fractions within the immigration populations themselves.
Mm.
Because let's say in France, do you know who mostly immigrate? I read about it just recently, a few days ago.
Mostly Muslims from like Africa.
Exactly. Like from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
region of,
yeah,
exactly, you're right.
yeah.
From Algeria, Morocco, and Libya, Tunisia, they have a different dialect. They speak Arabic, some of them. Many of them speak Arabic, but they have a different mind. They have a different mindset. They
Mm.
have a different dialect. When the Syrian civil war began, um, the many Syrian refugees already fled from Syria. The Algerians and French delivered them the following: if you can go an immigrant to Germany, don't come to France because France is ours. Like the immigrants in especially in France and England and such already feel confident enough to say France is ours.
Mm.
So that's one of the internal conflicts within immigration.
Yeah, it's weird to see now, and when you see around the globe, just around YouTube or anywhere, it's you don't really see many really white people that are actually from there. It's all immigrants from elsewhere. Yeah, of
I
course.
think that Britain is one of the best examples for it.
Yeah.
I read in some posts, especially from European nationalists,
Mm.
that Britain has the following problem. Many young people, professionals, let's say engineers, architects, whatever, and they already immigrate to America. I read about it. Like, if you are a young couple, you want to be successful, why to stay in Britain? You have America. You have America for it.
Mm.
So that's one of the greatest problems that Europe has.
Yeah. And Korea, that's what we're scared of in Korea also because we're afraid that Korea is going to become like England or France, or and once we accept all these people, then they're going to try to kick us out. That's what we're always afraid of, you know.
I don't think in Korea or even Japan, I
Mm.
don't think that will happen because
Mm.
most of the Muslim migrants
Mm.
come from regions that are closer to them. Let's say you're from Africa
Mm.
and North Africa, you can easily go to France or Italy.
Mm.
Try to go to East Asia or try to go to Japan, try to go to Korea, try to go to China. I don't talk about it, but try to immigrate to those countries.
Mm. But you see many of them here, more of them here, though, as you go along in the streets of Seoul and Ulsan. It's surprising because I see more people with hijabs and I'm pretty sure they're Muslim. You see more here, though. More are coming here now. Yeah, for sure.
I think that
Mm.
I think that also South Korea is a much more, let's say, capitalist country than
Mm.
Western Europe. Correct me here,
But
because
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, what do you want to say?
Yeah, but it's not good because there are many the Korean leftists the party they're trying to model like the Sweden and you know those kind of countries where they just have a socialist country. They're trying to make it as that, which is get bit bad. They're trying to follow their policies, bring up all the tax and stuff. So that's kind of like
Yeah,
horrifying.
but look, South Korea itself is basically a capitalist country. So
Mm.
look, when an immigrant comes to a different country, many of them, especially those who come to, let's say, Europe, they don't come to work. They want to get benefit. They want to get free healthcare. They
Mm.
want to marry
They're
British, French, German women, to convert them to Islam.
Mm,
In a capitalist country like South Korea, such a model will not work. In as far as I know, South Korea, the modern country,
mm,
because I don't know how the system works, but But if you work, get a job or something, I think you get benefit. I think maybe you get benefits or something, right?
mm,
Try to tell it to an immigrant that he doesn't want to work and he wants to marry Korean women.
mm.
Such things happen.
Yes, yes. I see, I see. That's why.